right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast today. The Art of Intelligence is a podcast on Spotify that's all about making sure that everyone that's listening gets as many use cases as possible. We're making this as digestible and short as possible. So we're trying to make these about 20 to 30 minutes so that you can hear from all of our wonderful guests. Today we have a guest by the name of Latif Hamlani, and he is going to tell us all about himself after he tells us his favorite vacation of what it would be like if he had unlimited money, unlimited time. Where would you go, Latif? And welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. I still think the best things in life are free. So I don't think you need a lot of money to have fun. In fact, I think one of my most favorite vacations, it did cost a bit of money, not a lot, was learning how to scuba dive in Egypt. So I was working on a project in Egypt for Oracle, and my customer was Danish. And he said, "Hey, you've done such a great job teaching us all about business applications. I'm gonna teach you something." I'm like, "What?" And I'm gonna teach you how to scuba dive.
Wow.
But diving in the Red Sea was phenomenal. You don't even have to go that deep to see all those colors, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, I'm scuba certified, and the way that I love to go scuba diving is in Mexico and Cancun. There's a
Mhm.
favorite guy of mine that I go to, and we just go around and go to all the reefs and see all the animals. So yeah, I'm right there with you on the diving. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Lifelong fun.
Yes, sir.
Latif, I know you're in a special place today. Can you tell us where you're at today?
Yeah, absolutely. I should have started with greetings from Dubai. So Dubai is my hometown. I grew up here and I worked here for many years. I'm based in Silicon Valley now. I got the opportunity to come here as part of a Silicon Valley delegation to this conference, which is called Step Dubai, which is bringing thousands of regional VCs and startups together. So this has been quite an eye opener, and it's fascinating to see the billions of dollars that are being invested here by the government at spur innovation. Dubai is on a path to what they call the D33 Dubai 2033 vision of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, where he wants to double the economy, the size of the economy over the next 8 years. And they believe that innovation is the path forward.
What a great thought for a leader of a area to be thinking so forward and bringing people from all around the world to make that happen. That's fantastic. Just another innovation that Dubai is ahead of the rest of the world. So, Latif, can you also give us a background on yourself? You said that
Yeah.
you're in Silicon Valley. Can you tell us where your love of technology came from, what your background was, and what you're doing today?
Yeah, yeah. My love of technology started when I was very young. I've been in the enterprise software business for 37 years, and I've really had the good fortune of doing a bunch of different things, developing software at Oracle, to consulting at Oracle around their applications, business apps. I was the .NET guy for Microsoft here in this region, in fact, in the Middle East, North Africa region for a while. Worked for HP for many years. And then I joined AWS and I fell in love with all the cloud technologies, enterprise software, but also a cloud guy. And I've spent the last 15 years in partnerships and alliances. So I manage some of AWS's very complex IC alliances like VMware and ServiceNow, et cetera. And since then, I've been helping software companies grow their business through the ecosystem, the cloud, any other channel.
Fantastic. And you were at AWS at the same time that I was. I think you got hired 8 months before me, and we were both in alliances, and we both know how that world is. And
Yeah.
since then, you've done some great alliance work with a couple of different companies, and I'm sure you're going to continue that in Silicon Valley and with your current company, SaaS Consultants.ai. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing with that?
Yeah, absolutely. In a nutshell, what we're doing, and we're a very small startup, so it's mostly my experience at the moment, but we are going to grow. We're seeing a lot of demand, is helping software companies accelerate their time to revenue. There's a lot of pressure from VCs hey, when are you going to get to your first 10 million? 2 years. No, that's too long. Can you do it in a year? So we're helping these companies build their ecosystems and sell faster through the cloud and some of the traditional channels as well with the use of AI.
Fantastic. That is a very worthy endeavor for you, Mr. Latif. So I'm really excited about that. Tell me more about your overall view of AI. I know AI has been the hot topic, especially Gen AI has been the hot topic for AWS and the world for, I'm going to say, the last 2 years more than any other time. And it gets more and more every day. It seems like we don't have a single almost minute, if not hour, to hear about DeepSeek, NVIDIA,
Mhm,
all the other AI companies.
mhm,
Microsoft today announced a couple of announcements around their AI tool and
mhm,
visualization tool.
mhm,
DeepSeek coming in from China and throwing the game up, and NVIDIA losing 450 billion
mhm.
in their evaluation
Yeah.
based off of
Yep.
what's coming on. What is your feeling around AI today?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, if you don't mind, is be a little bit more specific in my response and focus on the technology industry, specifically the software industry, because that's where my expertise is in trying to figure out how we can use AI to build smarter products and accelerate time to revenue. I think the future of how software is going to be built and sold is going to be radically different to what it is today. And the technology stack is going to be radically different as well. And the value from the various layers of the stack, I think that's been turned on its head. When I worked for HP, people said, hey, infrastructure, this is commoditized, it's a race to the bottom. But applications and software is where the value is. I think that's being flipped now with AI, right? Because we've seen the new infrastructures. You mentioned DeepSeek and the importance of these high-powered GPUs and storage and networking. And now we're talking about quantum. There's going to be a lot of value in the AI infrastructure layer. There's going to be less value in the application layer because of all the AI-enabled automatic code generation tools. It's going to be very easy to build software. That's not going to be such a big problem anymore. And by the way, it's going to disrupt a lot of the incumbents that have legacy software. And the other area where there's going to be a lot of value in the technology stack is in domain expertise, right? So if I look at myself, I'm a domain expert in channels and partnerships in the software industry. And so the way I came up with this idea of building an AI agent to help salespeople sell their software through the channel is I used to do this myself. I didn't really like the tools out there, right? I was still spending too much time every day in front of the terminal on spreadsheets and copying and pasting. And so I said, hey, let me go off and use AI and build a product, a partner assistant that can assist sales selling their software through the channel, right? Domain expertise, to wrap up, infrastructure will have a lot of value, and domain expertise where you really have a deep understanding of the business processes that you're automating, that's going to have a lot of value as well.
You speak the truth. I hear the truth coming out of you in droves. It's really interesting how AI is turning everything on its end. There's a lot of people that are scared of it. There's a lot of incumbents that are scared of it. The smartest companies that I'm seeing are embracing it and are retooling. I actually saw a partner yesterday completely give up what they were doing and completely retool and head towards an AI operations center as opposed to what they're doing. And it's a pretty decent
Hmm.
sized partner, only because they see the writing on the wall. And I can appreciate that. There's a time where
Hmm.
you have to reinvent yourself, and this is a better time than any other. The incumbents that you
Hmm.
mentioned are going to have to either start leading in the AI function, or they're going to have to get out of the
Hmm.
way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this podcast is specifically about AI use cases. So we're
Hmm.
trying to get these bite-sized things to have folks listen to on their drive to work, on their
Hmm.
workout, on their walks. And the reason that we did this or created this was at DataStax, there is the AI company that I'm working for. They have many customers that would like to use the DataStax program. And the number one thing that I hear from many of the cloud folks or many of the IT folks is, hey, my boss, they really want me to do AI. They don't really know what
Hmm.
they want to do
Hmm.
AI
Hmm.
with, but they know
Hmm.
that we need it so that they can say that they're doing the AI to their investors, their VCs. And so they're trying to figure out a way that they can use it and then looking into
Hmm.
it, use it where it's actually functional. Like just doing
Yep.
AI for the sake of AI, like
Yep.
taking
Yep.
something that doesn't necessarily need to be AI and making it AI,
Hmm.
because that's the easiest thing that comes to mind. Customer service chatbots, that's the first
Hmm.
one that comes to mind.
Hmm.
So I thought about let's create this art of intelligence, which was created not only by AI, because the logo name, the people that I'm putting on the podcast are all recommended by AI. We're true to the force. The main goal is to give these bite-sized, hey, did you know you can do this with AI? And so my
Hmm.
question to you, Latif, is can you give us your favorite or most unique AI use case and how that's affecting the world?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the use case that my startup is focusing on. And you just mentioned customer service chatbots, there's these AI SDR agents. If you look at the software industry, which is in the trillions, I think it's over $3 trillion, a lot of people don't realize that almost 72% of that industry, according to a recent Canalys report, is driven through the channel. It's great to have those sales AI agents, but hey, how about having a partner agent that the sales agents can work with or the sales account execs can work with to sell the software through the channel, right? Which is
Whoa,
which is different.
you're not gonna put yourself out of a job, Latif.
I am. I totally am. And I made that conscious decision because I said to myself, would I rather put myself out of a job or have someone else put me out of a job?
There you go. And you're a part of Caddyshack, the largest AWS Alliance membership program for partners in the world with over 650 members in 17 countries, which no longer exists. But all those folks would maybe challenge you a little bit on this one for partners. But I think that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is when it comes to people that are not going to embrace AI. Either you're going to embrace AI and be a better partner person, a better salesperson, a someone who understands how to use the AI tools and be able to get yourself that way, or you're not. And you're
Mhm.
gonna have to
Mhm.
go and reinvent yourself.
That's right.
I'm all for it.
Precisely. As they say, AI is not going to replace humans necessarily, but humans who understand AI will replace those that don't.
Exactly. Could you give us a couple examples of how AI might be able to help a salesperson or might be able to help a company with selling through the channel? Like you said, that has the 75% of the software
Yeah,
sales.
yeah, absolutely. If you look at the partner life cycle, right? So if you're an ISV, you've got to go out and let's say I want to sell my fintech software in the Middle East, which is where I'm sitting right now. I'm gonna have to go out there and figure out who are the top 3 or 4 systems integrators or resellers here in the region that understand fintech and have a good track record. How do you use AI to automate that process of finding the right channel partners for a specific domain in a specific region? Once you found the partner, how do you now get them excited and interested to sign up with you and sign a reseller agreement with you? In the future, that's all going to go away because there'll be a partner assistant that will go out there and work with the reseller to get them signed up. Now, once you have them signed up, you've got to train them. You've got to train their salespeople. You've got to train their technical people. There'll be a partner assistant that does that. And the training will be hyper personalized, right? Based on the skills of the folks that are being trained. Then there's deal registration, right? And it just goes on and on. This is, the workflow behind managing the channel, whether you're selling it through the cloud or you're selling it through SIs or OEMs or MSPs, right? It's a very complex workflow. And right now, 80% of that's being done manually and is just taking up a lot of time.
If you could automate a AI bot to do deal registrations directly from Salesforce, where as you're inputting something, it said, what about the band, buddy? Can you add that too? Oh, yes, here's the band. Oh, and who did you talk to? Do you mind if I listen to that recording? Great. And then I'm going to register this deal with this company and we're going to make it
Yeah.
happen. If you had that automated, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, life would be so much easier.
You got some great ideas. You want to come and become our CPO?
Absolutely. Let's do this. I'm all about it. Whatever help you need, Latif, I'm right there with you. We're coming down to the end. I like to keep these at about 20, 25 minutes. If you're listening and you're working out, keep it going. If you're driving, you're almost to your office, hopefully. Latif, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a very busy guy in Dubai right now. Go enjoy the rest of your time there, and we'll get this published and put out there as soon as possible.
Thank you, Barlas. It's an honor to be one of the first few speakers on the art of the intelligence media. Congratulations on your new business, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Latif.